My name is Cassidy Moore. I'm 32 years old, an interior architect from Seattle. And 3 years ago, my world shattered in a single evening when my sister stole the man I was supposed to marry. I still remember that night, the smell of lavender drifting in from the garden, peaches caramelizing on the grill, wine breathing on the sideboard. It was the eve of my engagement party, and my parents' home in Oregon glowed with string lights and laughter. For a moment, I believed it was the start of forever. Trevor and I had been together for 4 steady, thoughtful years. He was kind, gentle, the kind of man who made me believe I was safe. But safety can be an illusion. That night, I stepped inside to grab my shawl. The house had gone quiet, dim with the hush of sunset. That's when I heard them low voices, a breathless laugh. My sister Clara, my fiancé Trevor. I followed the sound to the den. And there they were, her hand tangled in his hair, his hand resting on her waist. Their faces just inches apart. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. They didn't see me at first. And in that silence, I felt every lie I'd ignored snap into place. When Trevor finally noticed me, his face crumpled with guilt. Clara just stared. No apology, no explanation, only silence. And in that silence, everything I had built collapsed. I left before dawn without a goodbye. Back in Seattle, I buried the photos, deleted the messages, erased what I could. But grief clings. It hides in a sweatshirt that still smells like him, or in the echo of Clara's laughter that cuts sharper than glass. For months, I drowned myself in work. Long hours at the architecture firm, sleepless nights with blueprints that didn't matter. Until one evening at a gallery opening, I saw him, Damien Carter. He had been at my engagement party once, an old friend of Trevor's, but that night he wasn't a ghost from the past. He was steady, warm, patient in a way that made space for me to breathe again. With Damien, life returned slowly. Rainy walks in the park, late nights with jazz records, mornings with coffee dusted in cinnamon. He didn't try to fix me. He just stayed. And in time, I discovered something I thought I'd lost forever: quiet, genuine joy. When we decided to marry, it wasn't a spectacle. Just the two of us in a courthouse, rain against the windows, two strangers as our witnesses. No flowers, no aisle, just love, quiet and undeniable. Years passed peacefully until one phone call pulled me back. My grandfather's voice frail, but filled with love. Cass, he said, I'm turning 80. I want one dinner. Just the family. He had always been the one to remember my birthdays, to send letters even when everyone else pretended I didn't exist. For him, I said yes. The night we arrived at my parents' home, memories threatened to drag me under. But Damien's hand at the small of my back reminded me I wasn't that broken girl anymore. Then came Clara and Trevor. She swept into the dining room with her familiar smirk, dripping sarcasm as she looked me over. Still playing the lone wolf, Cass? She sneered. I lifted my chin. Actually, no. I'm married. And as if the universe itself was waiting, Damien walked in, calm, confident, his presence filling the room as he crossed to my side and kissed my temple. The silence was deafening. Clara's smirk faltered. Trevor's face drained of color. Dinner passed with forced small talk, but tension simmered beneath every glance Clara shot my way. Finally, she stood, tapping her glass, voice syrupy with venom. Quite something, really. Disappearing for years, then showing up with a husband no one's ever met. Some of us believe in honesty. Others, apparently, in secrecy. Before I could respond, Trevor's chair scraped against the floor. His voice was quiet, but firm. That's enough, Clara. For the first time, she looked stunned. Excuse me? But Trevor just shook his head, hollow-eyed. You don't have to do this. Clara scoffed, grabbed her wine, and stormed into the garden. Trevor followed, defeated, and neither of them returned. The evening ended quietly. My mother gave me a half-hearted hug. My father muttered something about the weather. No one mentioned Clara again. Outside, under the porch light, Damien took my hand. You okay? He asked. I looked back at the house, so familiar, yet so distant, and then at him. I am, I said. For the first time in a long time, I really am. And as we walked away together, I realized this wasn't revenge. This was freedom.